I got completely bombarded with messages on Instagram, all linking me to this video. This is a video from Mix with the Masters, and it's about the difference in sonic character between Logic and Pro Tools.
Pro Tools sounds better, and I think Logic has a soft sound to it. Whatever the mix bus is, how it's soft clipping, just kind of a roundness, which actually could sound nice. It could be really cool for like a deep house record, something like thuddy and like puffy kind of thing. But Pro Tools has this kind of console-ish hardness to it that so many records that we know and love are finished in it for a reason. I tend to not like the sound of Logic personally. I think it's a great software to produce in.
I'm already a little bit confused by this video actually, because I don't know if he's just talking about the soft clipping or, I mean soft clipping in a DAW, or about the sound in general. I don't know that.
But when I take those same stems diligently exported by someone that knows what they're doing.
That's a weird statement, because he's not explaining what that means. Like, what does that mean?
And same thing from Ableton. I just think that they wind up having more headroom in some sort of way.
I don't really know what he's trying to say in this video, but what I do know is that I want to test if there is any difference between the basic sound of these different DAWs. So let's get started. So honestly, this is a thing that I've wanted to test for a long time, because I do suspect that there is a difference. Let's just say that I do suspect that, but I'm gonna do my best to prove myself wrong, because I don't want there to be a difference. It would make life a lot easier if there wouldn't be a difference, but I do suspect there is a difference. Now, one of the things that could be going on here is that in, earlier versions of, for instance, Pro Tools and Logic and Reaper, we're gonna put Reaper in here as well, there was different engineering. Like right now, everything is 32-bit, 64-bit, float, whatever, like huge headrooms, very precise calculations. But back in the days, it could have been different. However, we're gonna test today's versions because that makes the most sense. Now, the first test that I wanna do is a summing test. So let's get Pro Tools here. So I have a 4-channel mix. It's actually Sandstorm by the root. Now, one of the things that's happening with these stems is they are too loud. As you can see here on this master bus, it's clipping. And what I want to do is I want to lower the volume here equally on all these different faders. And let's go for -12. Let's see if that doesn't clip. That's perfect. Nice level in here. Actually, the internal stems do clip a little bit. I want to test that as well, but not right now. So let's also clip gain these down a little bit, so that our input level is also good here. Like that. Here we go. So no clipping at all happening in Pro Tools. Now, and what we're gonna do in our export, we're gonna call this summing test Pro Tools summing test. And I'm gonna do a 32-bit file and a 24-bit file. Reason why is because we are delivering to a lower bit rate. Like Spotify, I think, is 16 or 24-bit. Nothing in end consumer devices really is 32-bit. And honestly, I don't really think there's a reason why it should be. But please prove me wrong. Now let's do the same in Logic. I gotta check how can I... So I think the easiest way for me for now is to just put in 1.8 decibels, because that's what I was doing in Pro Tools. Yeah, -1.8. And I'm doing that here, -1.8 as well. And then put all these faders on -12. We were doing -12. Let's do -12. So there we go. Now let's bounce this as well. The whole project to PCM. So let's do a 32-bit float of this one as well. Interleaved file, no dithering, because dithering noise is random and that will make a difference in the null test that we are going to do, because we are going to be null testing this. 32-bit bounce, here we go. There we go. Now, Reaper, same thing here. -1.8, -12 on the faders. Yeah, here we go. And now, let's just import these over here. Blah, blah, blah. Let's mute this all. Let's make a little group here. And I'm already seeing something interesting. I think Logic was normalizing. Let's check if we forgot a parameter here. Normalize on. Oh, let's redo the Logic ones. Okay, so let's put the 32-bit files on top here first. Let's mute the rest and let's first shoot out a Logic against Pro Tools in a nil test. Here we go. Now it is very much silent here now, but it's actually not. If I look at my meters on my output, I do see some signal. Let's see if I can amplify this for all of you. Here we go. This is the difference. Some ticks and clicks and crackles. Now let's see if we get the same thing if we shoot out Reaper against Logic. We get more difference. Oh, that's interesting. Is everything correctly aligned? Let's first check that. If we really see a... Yeah, we really see an aligned waveform. That's really... Then, is everything leveled the same? Let's see if we can... Yeah. Again, there are a million reasons why something doesn't null. We do like 0.1 of this. That's louder. -1. No. So, there is a difference between Logic and Reaper already. Let's see if there's a difference between Pro Tools and Reaper. Yeah. And the difference is almost the same because there's almost no difference between Logic and Pro Tools. Now let's see if the same is going on with 24-bit files. We have exactly the same thing going on in the 24-bit files. Yeah, exactly the same. The next thing that I want to try now is what is happening if our DAWs are soft clipping. I'm going to put all my faders back to 0 again. Here we go. Everything back to 0. Like that. And now we're going to bounce a soft clip test because this whole track is already clipping by default. Let's again do a 24-bit and a 32-bit. We're not going to do sample rate conversion. That's something for a different discussion, I think. Same in Logic. Faders to 0. There we go. Oh, look. Look at the amount of clipping. Wow. By the way, the other two DAWs didn't say anything about the clipping and Reaper does. Like, Reaper is not perfect, but this is what I want to see. Wow. This is not soft clipping anymore. Oh my God. Look at these waveforms. This is completely zoomed out. Let's do the 32-bit later. And let's first, again, compare Pro Tools and Logic. And there we go. Let's do a volume adjustment on here so we can all hear what is going on. Oh, that's interesting. The horns are different. And we still have those clicks from like the difference in summing or difference in however it works, whatever it's doing. I think I want to check if I made a mistake there with gaining or something. That should be this stem then. That stem is at 0 dB, right? Yeah, I think it is. Interesting that only one stem is giving me this issue. Well, Pro Tools is reporting that it is the same. Yeah. That's weird. All right, let's see if there's a difference with a Reaper as well. Okay, and between Reaper and Pro Tools then? All right, so there is something going on in Pro Tools here. There is something going on in Pro Tools. There's something not right here. Let's reset all of our faders. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to re-import all these stems. I don't trust this anymore. I've been pulling on these faders and everything, so let's just do it like this. Like, let's just not touch anything here. And let's just export it like this, because I want to be double sure that I'm not like measuring something else. Just some other inconsistency in my testing. Because again, there are a million reasons why something doesn't null, but only one reason why something does null. And I want to make sure that I'm excluding most of those million reasons why something doesn't null. Bounce. Yes. There we go. Now, it's only giving us some whatever artifacts. Not really something that I think, if we see at the amount of level boosting that I have to do like 60 decibels, not something that I think that will give you a real difference in sound on the output. Let's listen to the 32-bit files. Yeah, same situation. Just some clicky stuff. Nothing special. Nothing. No sound difference. And the same with Reaper on 32-bit. Mind you, with a boost of like 60, 70 decibels. So nah, I don't believe it. This is just scientifically not correct. So yeah, when it comes to the information in that video, that's just simply scientifically seen not correct. This is a test that you can all reproduce. Like, you need to have the Logic and Pro Tools software. I already had Logic. I bought it a long time ago, and I just got like a monthly subscription to Pro Tools to test this out. Reaper has a free version, so you can do some shootouts between those and come up with your own conclusions and leave them in the comments down below with what you think, because I think this is an important discussion. From what I could test here, there's no difference between these DAWs. Let's just say there's no significant difference. These little ticks and clicks are not very important. It doesn't mean that there were ticks and clicks in one of these audio files. That's not what that means. I just want to make sure that you all understand that. These ticks and clicks are probably just different ways in which the sample rate conversion works or whatever, something that I don't really understand. But it's not a significant difference in sound of why you should choose a certain DAW over something else. Anyway, I think it's good that all these DAWs sound the same, because I think you should choose your DAW not really based on the sound. And with these DAWs, there's no difference. I think you should choose your DAW based on what works for you. And this is multiple things going on here. So the first thing is workflow. The reason why I chose Reaper is because I can do custom scripting in here. What I built a long time ago is these type of scripts. Let me see if I can show you the script. Here it is. Simple scripts, but they are all connected to my Stream Deck. Oh, let me unplug it. My Stream Deck. And with my Stream Deck, I can control most of my DAW in the way that I want to control it. That's why I chose Reaper, so that I could customize it for my analog, hybrid analog workflow. Other people do more production or something, and they want a more musical DAW, and they choose for, I don't know, Logic, Ableton, whatever, maybe Pro Tools. And that's totally fine. Another reason is how you feel by working with a certain DAW. Feeling is very important. I know a big reason why people choose not to use Reaper is because it looks like a funeral. It's gray. There's no art and style in there. And I think I'm being misunderstood a lot of times when it comes to user interfaces, because yes, a user interface is allowed to be beautiful, but it has to be functionally beautiful. One of the reasons why studios are styled and look different and look cozy and all that kind of stuff is because we want to feel good while making music. Being in a good mental state makes better music. And a DAW is part of that. Pro Tools feels completely different compared to Logic and compared to Reaper. And I think that is what is going on in that original video. I think there's just a different feeling and vibe between these different DAWs. So I think that's what's going on. And yeah, just use a DAW that gets you to the finish line would be my advice. Like, whatever DAW makes you create great music is the correct DAW for you to use. And with that being said, I want to end the video over here. If you appreciate my videos, make sure to get some merchandise at ytshop.com. Also, check out my affiliate links. They'll also be in the description down below. Or become a channel member. It starts at 99 cents per month, but there's also an early access tier and an exclusive content tier, which I'm going to link over here. Last way to support me and the whole YouTube platform is watching more videos. Link in the video over here. Thanks for watching, keep pushing, and bye-bye.